Hello, dear Taurus. Welcome to your February 2021 astrology prediction. We are starting the month with Mercury retrograde. We need to consider that and keep in mind that until the 20th, Mercury will be retrograde in your 10th house. You will see that there are actually many triggers of your 10th house, which means that the most important life area for you during this month, at least for the most part of the month, is related to your career, business, work, communication with authority figures, your social status, your reputation. Those will be some of the key themes during this month. And you may have some beneficial opportunities, some ideas, some exciting projects with so many planets in your 11th house. But with Mercury retrograde, you need to be careful. And sometimes there might be issues, there might be problems, there might be delays or miscommunication. Those are some of the challenging sides of Mercury retrograde. Also, it's not a beneficial time for you to start a brand new business. You might reconsider your vision when it comes to previous work projects or people you've been having business with for a while. You may restart those relationships or you may change your perspective. But in one way or another, this area will kind of bring your attention to it. On the very first day of the month, Venus is moving to Aquarius in your 10th house. Overall, this is a very harmonizing, very balancing position, and one which can bring you some positive emotions when it comes to your work and business. You might be emotionally more engaged into the projects you are focusing on. You may also take things more personally when it comes to work and communication with business partners. But overall, this is a harmonizing position, especially for relationships with authority figures and negotiations. But the other thing on the 1st of February is a challenging aspect between the Sun and Mars. The Sun is in your 10th house, Mars is in first house. We have a little mistake here, so just ignore the text on this slide. This aspect can make you really impulsive. You may confront with other people, you may find yourself, or you might initiate a conflict with other people, especially when it comes to business and work projects. So be extra careful. Keep in mind, you might be more nervous, you might be more impatient, you might be even more irritated. So relax and don't rush the decisions. You may not be happy with the results. Then on the 6th of February, another influence that triggers your career house, Venus and Saturn are in conjunction there. This is a pretty interesting combination that from one side can be great for negotiations, business negotiations, some kind of limitations or boundaries, or maybe new rules that might be defined. The theme about justice can be also very important for you. But keep in mind that Venus together with Saturn may make you feel a little limited emotionally, and this may just feel a little tougher. On the other side, on the 6th as well, Venus is squaring Uranus, and this could be some kind of emotional stress, which you might provoke yourself, by the way, or you might just find yourself experiencing in your business, in your work, and something that's really important for you. Surprises, some kind of excitement is also possible, but honestly, it's a really tough combination. Venus is first in conjunction with Saturn and then squares Uranus. You need to find the balance between those energies and between the desire to put things in some kind of like a box, so to speak, or to organize them, to structure them. And on the other side, the need to innovate or to make something in a different way. After that, on the 8th of February, Mercury retrograde is joining the Sun in Aquarius in your 10th house. Lots of focus again in your career, in your business. It's time to focus all of your ideas. You may reevaluate your own vision, your own ideas, your relationship with other business partners, or potentially with some authority figures. And also, you can look at things from a different perspective. Keep in mind that sometimes the mind can become like really overwhelmed when we have Mercury retrograde in conjunction with the Sun. So make sure to give your mind some time to relax and to like process the information you are working with. On the 11th of February, we have a very interesting combination. Venus and Jupiter, which are the two benefactors, the two most positive planets, are joining together in your main career houses. It's time for some results. It's time to receive some benefits or to earn something or to receive something. It's a harmonizing positive aspect, especially when it comes to your work. At the same time, on the very same day, there is a new moon, which again triggers your career house. And that's time for new direction when it comes to your work and your business. Perhaps with Mercury retrograde, it's not the best time to start something brand new, at least for now, but you may feel the energy rising and this increased motivation and inspiration to do something different when it comes to your work. Those could be past ideas that you may just restart or finally apply into your life. And then on the 13th of February, Mercury retrograde is joining Venus this time in your 10th house. So again, lots of focus on communication, on negotiations. They might be a little slow because of Mercury retrograde, but at the same time, they might be successful because Venus is a very harmonizing planet when it comes to finding compromises and being polite and really negotiating in the best possible way. But again, the focus is on your ideas and your career vision, and at the same time, your desires when it comes to this area of your life. Very often, especially if it comes to something more material, we evaluate things only through some subjective measurements. And that's fine. I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. But what we forget often is to look inside and to feel, not only to calculate, to evaluate, but also to feel. So I would encourage you to listen to your inner self or to try to feel deeper. What do you really want when it comes to your work? And it's not just about the outer achievements and success, but also what do you want for yourself? How do you want to feel when it comes to your business? Because very often, and that's one of the saddest situations actually, when people achieve the outer success they've been pursuing, they find themselves feeling empty. And that's like Tony Robbins would say, the ultimate failure. And I honestly agree with that. So just ask yourself, what do I really want when it comes to my career or my work or my business? Also very harmonizing aspect on the 13th between Mars and Neptune, creative aspect that can help you to be more inspired, to have a vision, to do something meaningful, to help and support your friends, or also to receive support from other people and friends. Then on Valentine's Day, Mercury retrograde will be in conjunction with Jupiter. Again, I'm not surprising you with your in your 10th house. This is an aspect which can help you to look at things from a different perspective, to think about your vision, your own philosophy, your goals, and the picture you are visualizing for yourself in the future when it comes to your career and business. So if one of the previous aspects was about feeling and the emotional side, this one is about your philosophy. It's about your beliefs also. What do you believe in terms of work and business? Do you have some limiting beliefs? Do you have something that's stopping you? Amazing time to work with those and to release them. On the 17th, one of the most important aspects during the whole year, Saturn squares Uranus, triggering your career house, your work, your business, and on the other side, the actions you take, the decisions you make, your own behavior, and those could be in a conflict. Either you may initiate some problems or do something maybe reckless in terms of your work and business, or you may also kind of feel limited by your obligations, and it's a challenging aspect, that's true, but this can also be a very creative one. And I would encourage you to look at things from a different perspective. Is there an area that you've been resisting to change? Go on and do that now. Is there an area where you've been kind of unstable and constantly trying things without much stability? Then try to balance that. Go and see how you can have this stability. It's always starting from inside, of course, but this aspect around the 17th of February can allow you to make some significant changes and really switch approaches. The main focus, again, your career and your own actions. On the 18th, a little thing changes, and it's not really a little, it's this position of the sun, which is the main source of energy and light. It will transition into your 11th house, which means that the focus will be more on your ideals, on your friendships, some community work, some group work, and not so much on your career. I'm not saying career won't be important. It's one of the themes of the year for you with Jupiter and Saturn there. But with the sun in 11th, maybe you need to detach yourself a little bit for the rest of the month and focus on communication with other people. On the 19th, Venus in 10th house in a challenging aspect with Mars in first house. This is an aspect that can make you really passionate, really excited about something, but also really impatient and maybe also confronting other people. Be careful how you initiate the conversations and also try not to take things too personally. You may find yourself in a situation when people are unwilling to make compromises, and you may also confront with authority figures or maybe some government institutions. So be careful with that. And keep in mind that at this point, on the 19th, Mercury will be stationary. So with this combination, Venus squaring Mars and Mercury retrograde, you you may really have problems with difficult communication, misunderstandings, lack of compromises. So just relax, don't push things too much, don't do anything recklessly as well. And I already mentioned that on the 20th, Mercury is turning direct, which means that after that, you have the green light to start new career projects, communication can improve, you may sign business contracts, so things are going back to normal. And if there have been some issues, especially related to your work during the first 3 weeks, now you may solve them. Now you may find the solutions. So it's all good. On the 24th, we have a very empowering, very energizing aspect, Mars in first, together with Pluto in ninth house. Power, strength, confidence, motivation, but all of that comes from your own philosophy and your belief system. Pluto is in ninth house, so that's the source of this powerful energy, and it can motivate you to take some concrete steps. Great time to initiate things, to do something independently, something with an impact, something with a longer vision about the future, and something which will be meaningful. On the 25th, Venus is also moving to your 11th house. It can harmonize your communication with friends. It can make you a little bit more romantic, maybe have more fun with other people, with friends, maybe socialize a little bit. And the sun is having a positive aspect with Uranus, which can also be very inspirational, can help you to take some new activities, new decisions, make a change, initiate the change, and also some positive surprises that may come from your friends as well. The last one, I promise, for February is the full moon. The full moon, which triggers your 5th and 11th house, time to manifest, time to let things go. When it comes to the things you are passionate about, the things that you love, your romantic life, and also the friendships, the vision you have for the future, and your ideals as well. So a very interesting month, very exciting, with some tension, but those are also those key periods when we can make real changes happen. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are interested in a personal reading, please check the links in the description below or go to marsstars.net. I wish you a wonderful month and I'll see you really soon.